Welcome once again to another episode of the Random Access Podcast, brought to you by rapodcast.net. This is episode 800. That's right. Recorded live on July 20th, 2024. And here are your hosts. The man who is having just a normal weekend, Dave Pillay.
You don't know me.
And the man who is in the middle of his birthday fortnight extravaganza, Eddie Lowe. Hi.
I went to a birthday party today.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
As I said, you don't know me.
Oh, what's the rest of that line? Like, you don't know my family or something like that?
I don't know.
You don't.
Oh, shoot. I just remembered another topic. I'm going to add that. One thing led to another, brain made a connection, etc., etc.
Etc., etc., etc.
Keep talking. I'm just going to add a topic real quick.
Dance, 1, 2, 3. I'll just make, I was going to say obscure musical references, but I don't think The King and I is an obscure musical.
I mean, depends on who you're talking to.
That's true. It hasn't aged well.
No. No, it has not. I mean, it hadn't aged well when it was released. That was kind of the point of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I went to a 3-year-old's birthday party today.
Oh, I had a 7-year-old's birthday party today.
Yep. Happy birthday, Isaac.
Yep. And then we have Megan's party tomorrow, so I'll go to a 4-year-old's birthday party tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were talking about how the fact that, Kate's family had been over, and then we were going to have my family over.
Yes.
Turns out Isaac woke up with a really bad case of diarrhea.
Oh, no.
And Megan threw up 2 times in the morning.
Oh, no.
So we kind of canceled my family coming out here.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, Megan's party, and then on Saturday, we're going over to the east side.
For makeup?
We're going to go to the Detroit Zoo in the morning.
Oh, fun.
Detroit Zoo in the morning, and then we're going to meet up with my brother and my dad and stop by my sister's house because they're all in that same, area.
Yep.
And just, hang out with the kids, get some pizza, have the kids open their presents, that sort of stuff. So, should be fun. Possibly stop by IKEA, get some more of the IKEA jam.
The IKEA jam?
Yes, there is. IKEA makes a jam. It's a, triple berry jam.
Sure.
I forgot exactly what they call it.
What is it, like lingonberries, gooseberries, and...
No, raspberries, blueberries, or is it just raspberries and blueberries?
It's not a 3-berry jam then.
I know. I thought it was a 3-berry jam, but I guess it's just a raspberry and blueberry jam, and it is damn good.
I believe it.
But you can only buy it in stores. You cannot.
Well, usually, you can only buy things in stores.
Well, yes, but some of the IKEA.
That's what makes them stores.
Yes, but it's not available for delivery.
Ah, okay. Well, nothing from IKEA is, right?
No, there is some stuff from IKEA that's deliverable. It's not a lot. It's definitely not part of the food and restaurant section. But there is some stuff from IKEA that is deliverable. But this is not one of them. So we would always go over there and stock up on a couple of jars. But ever since COVID, it has not been well stocked. So you always got to swing by. And if they have it, we just buy a case. Yeah, a case of it.
Cool.
Yeah, so that will also hopefully be on the list. Oh, I've got my final mystery beverage.
Yeah.
Which I think actually I posted this on our group chat, but I haven't opened it yet.
On the group chat.
Yes, Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl.
Infinite Swirl.
Infinite Swirl.
It sounds like most of my meetings.
Oh, Dave, if you only worked for the government. The meetings. Oh my God, the meetings.
Yep.
But Infinite Swirl, dew with a blast of artificial pineapple berry flavor.
Do you like pineapple?
Oh, I love pineapple.
Yes, you love pineapple. That's sorry, I don't. As I said earlier, I'm suffering from severe allergies right now. My brain is just like
Did you
gone.
Chug a bottle of Benadryl or something?
No, but I might need to tonight.
Hey, that's in
I
what's
did
most
Claritin and I did Flonase.
Benadryl. I mean, that's literally what sleeping aid is just a low dose of Benadryl. So,
Yep.
oh, this is not bad. This is a 7-Eleven Speedway exclusive because I guess Speedway is now owned by 7-Eleven. I didn't see that one coming. Not too much of the pineapple flavor, but still pretty good. All right. So one thing I've been noticing with these, exclusive flavors, you start to learn who is actually owned by who.
Pepsi owns everything.
Well, no, I mean like what conglomerates own all the different grocery chains, and which grocery chains are,
Oh, Kroger owns a bunch.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. Kroger owns like everything.
Yeah. I always thought Kroger was like, just a little mom and pop sort of store, but no. Granted, I go shopping at Meijer, and I feel like that is,
is a regional thing.
Yeah.
Still pissed we lost out on a Meijer.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn COVID. They're still trying to sell the property that they were going to sell to Meijer. No one else has wanted it. So
wait,
it's been a long week.
I'm trying to think, did I? No, it hasn't been that bad of a week outside of, all the birthday stuff. I've had way too much cupcakes, way too much cake, pizza.
Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to eat it.
I know, but it's good.
It is.
And then of course, I get the containers of potato salad and coleslaw, and we get the cheese and cracker tray.
I'm sorry, where is this?
For when we host the parties, I always get
when you host parties. Okay.
Yeah, I get the sides too because I like sides.
Oh, we should start working on a menu for Manistee.
Probably. Yep, we'll have to contact the turkey guys. Otis's Turkey Farm, I think is what it's called. I don't know. It's this place in the middle of nowhere. They have like no cell phone service there either. Somehow we find it. Somehow we get a turkey. Is it maybe Otto's Turkey Farm? Possibly. Yeah, that looks like it. Oh, we could get steaks there too. They have lunch meats. We could get sausages, hot dogs, whole turkeys. Yep, there it is. Oh, gesundheit.
Excuse me. I'll try and reach for the mute button next time.
Man, I didn't know they had a whole lot of stuff here too. Get a big thing of Canadian bacon.
Send the menu into the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
And we can figure out dinners for Manistee.
Yep.
Holy crap. Okay. Hang on. I think there's a third one coming.
The Laws of Three.
Nope. It's not the Laws of Three.
What is it?
It's just I've been sneezing a lot. And will continue to do so. For
well,
should we hit topics?
Yes. I was going to ask.
So I can not be like constantly hitting the mute button.
Mm-hmm. Where do you want to start? Well, do we want to talk about Friday?
I was going to talk about the new Weird Al song that dropped.
Did it drop on Friday? Because I feel like if it did, it got hosed on its coverage.
I think it dropped on Thursday. 5.
Weird Al. All right, what did Weird Al do?
What did Weird Al do? He released a new polka.
Oh, a new Polka Mania? Oh, nice.
Well, it's called Polka Mania. It's a new polka medley of the popular songs from the last 10 years, because it's been 10 years since he put out an album. It is so good. The dude is still these aren't even parodies, right? This is just a medley of covers of popular songs.
Mm-hmm.
They are 15 to 30 seconds each, but they're still so good and so well done.
I've always loved his polka medleys. Yeah, Polka Power. Yep.
So this one has Despacito. It has Billie Eilish, Bad Guy. It has Taylor Swift, Shake It Off. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. How many of these has he done? He's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's done 12 polka medleys. Oh, this is going to be 13.
He's done 14.
He's done 14?
He's done 14.
Well, Wikipedia is wrong.
Sure. Here's an article that has a, interview with Weird Al about all 14.
Oh my goodness. Oh, yep. No, that's the same one I'm just looking at right now.
Yep.
Well, I'll have to save that for later.
Oh, because they're counting Bohemian Polka.
Oh, but that's just Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, which is how long? Isn't Bohemian Rhapsody in itself actually 5 songs?
Pretty much. This was released in 1993. I'm going to guess that's because of Wayne's World. That is 100% the reason, he says.
Song came out in the 70s before I had a record deal.
Well, yep, I'm going to have to listen to all these later.
Yep. The new one is really, really good. I know half the songs.
Yeah, what was I watching? I was watching... Oh, I don't remember what it was. It was on Friday, and some of the people at the radio station had messaged me about what was going on, and I'm just like, dude, I can't help you. But I guess they had gotten everything worked out, and so we had one of them had said, hold on, I gotta pick it up here, that they were going to we should all start up a band. We're forming a band, calling it CrowdStrike. All we do is sound check and troubleshoot. Our light show is the blue screen of death. And then one of the other guys said, as our closing song, though, for the encore, we should play the Windows 95 shutdown.
Boo-doo-doo-doo.
Yep. And then somebody brought up the System is Down from Homestar Runner.
Did something happen recently?
Yeah. Well, it didn't affect me, actually, which was kind of funny.
It didn't affect me. We don't use crowd whatever.
Kate was screwed. But, no, I woke up and I guess the radio station used to use Kaspersky, but Kaspersky got kicked out of the U.S., and I'm guessing they went to CrowdStrike as their replacement.
Oops.
Which was, I guess, a recent transition.
Yep. Okay, so if you did not know, we should probably start this cleanly.
Yes.
There was a massive effectively takedown of Windows machines because of some bad code in a security system that a lot of companies use. Now, the security system is supposed to be watching for suspicious activity and preventing it from doing anything. It's all programmatic. It is just watching for inconsistencies. It's watching for suspicious behavior, not from the user, but from other programs. Someone at this company, CrowdStrike, not just a person, CrowdStrike released code. Unfortunately, this code flagged a system file in Windows as suspicious and shuts it down. So Windows is trying to boot, and it runs through this file that it needs to boot, and CrowdStrike says no and shuts down that required file, causing Windows to restart. Well, actually, it causes Windows to blue screen of death, but then you have to restart it. That's bad.
Yes.
That means that you have 2 options, effectively. One is boot into safe mode, and 2, if safe mode is not available, you have to reformat the hard drive.
Which a lot of the problem was those people who had BitLocker on the drives, which would require...
BitLocker is a totally different set of security,
yes,
which encrypts your hard drive.
Yes, which...
It also protects from going into safe mode.
Yep.
Without the encryption key. a lot of companies did not have good BitLocker hygiene. They don't have their encryption keys.
I remember reading from one of the groups, the encryption keys were stored on
a
the
system,
on the Active Directory. So
which
the thing
got locked.
Which also got locked down. So they had to get the Active Directory up and running before the laptops and other drives could basically phone home to the Active Directory in order to get their BitLocker encryption keys in order to get into safe mode.
It was a very busy day for IT teams across the world
who work on Windows, because this did not affect Linux or Macintosh.
Only Windows, and only Windows machines running CrowdStrike.
Yes, but that still, according to Windows, was 8.5 million Windows devices.
Yeah, I'd believe it. And they're all like enterprise devices, right? These aren't 8.5 million home PCs. No one is running CrowdStrike on their home computer.
No, this is CrowdStrike talked about having, I think, 500 clients out of the Forbes top 1,000 companies. So this
basically
was
all of the Fortune 500.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it wasn't mom and pop things that were getting taken down. It was the big boys. Therefore, retailers, banks, airlines. My coworker, because we were actually out at Allegan updating the radio on a bulldozer. Because the fire response wing of the DNR here in Michigan have bulldozers for, digging trench lines and that sort of stuff.
Sure.
We had to update the radio on there. But the service out there is very spotty, so we had to leave the vehicles running in order to get... Because the vehicles have the higher gain antennas compared to the cell phones. So we had the cell phones tied into the hotspots in the vehicles. He kept on, checking out his vehicle. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I'm almost out of gas. And he's like, I tried to stop at 2 gas stations on the way here.
Oh, no.
And they only had cash only. And he's like, I went to the bank.
Credit processing is down.
I went to the bank and the ATM was not working.
Because it's a Windows machine.
Yes. The ATM was not connecting to the bank's servers. And he was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I run out of gas because I don't have any cash.
Call the police. They usually have a spare can.
Well, yeah, that was our thing there. It's like, we're at the DNR. The guy's like, look, if you need to, we've got the giant tank on the back of the truck here.
We have gas, right here.
Yeah. But still, it was hilarious where he's just he goes through, I could see him because I was following him out afterwards, and he pulls into a speedway, and then he just stops there for 2 seconds and then pulls right back out again. And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. Everything was down. Hospitals got hit. Hospital computers, basically, hospital computers run Windows.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what EHR it is. They're running Windows.
I'm wondering now what the state does for antivirus, because I don't really see anything.
Probably just Windows Defender.
I think so. Granted, our enterprise solution has everything on that laptop locked down. We actually have to go to a separate state-run software install page in order to download software onto the laptop.
That's pretty locked down.
Yep. So, yeah, no, I don't think there's Windows Defender, sure, but, there's nothing third-party.
Yeah. We use Carbon Black for preventing code execution.
But, man, it was both funny to look at and also going, oh, my goodness. People are like, oh, too many eggs in one basket. I'm like, well, that's the free market for you. If it's a good piece of software, everyone's going to use it. Everyone's going to use it.
And there was not enough competition at that level.
Yep.
It's good. This software is good. It just one small fuck up and it took out a huge chunk of the economy for a day.
Mm-hmm. And if you really want to get into the weeds, CrowdStrike actually posted on their page the technical details of what happened. I still haven't figured it all out, but I'm not,
Yeah. someone's doing an RCA, and it sucks.
Yep.
All I can point out is something I've come to discover from being in multiple RCA meetings. Sorry, hang on. The microphone is falling over. The RCA, the root cause, should never be a person.
Hopefully.
No, like it should never be a person. If a person was able to do something, there is a process that is broken.
Ah, okay, I get you. Yes.
So when you are doing an RCA, when you are looking through and saying like, okay, it's not who fucked up. It's how did we have something that allowed someone to fuck up so badly?
It's not that he pushed the button. It's that the button was able to be pushed in the first place.
Right.
Gotcha.
Now, there is like some sense of like a person. There has to be an assumption of good faith and not bad actors.
Yes.
Because like, yeah.
Not like the people who get fired and then go in, change all the admin passwords, and then wipe all the hard drives.
I mean, I'd still say there's maybe an RCA there of like, why did one person have so much power?
Yep.
And why did they still have access after we fired them?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nope. That's I do have to say I did stop by one of the old transmitter sites and
they hadn't changed any of the security, did they?
Nope. It was a new door. It was a new lock. It was the same code as last time.
Oops.
Actually, now that we're saying that, hold on. It's going to be a little silly. Do I still have... I threw one of the remote control softwares onto my laptop here.
Andy, don't.
No, yeah, I shouldn't do that.
Don't do it. I know what you're thinking.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Well, we always talked about that with the broadcasters about how, everything is able to be seen online. One of the guys was talking, he was showing off a setup to one of the transmitter manufacturers about how he programmed this whole thing on his phone to be able to control a dozen transmitters from his phone. And the manufacturer's looking at him going like, are you dumb? If somebody gets your phone... You
just handed them the keys to the entire kingdom.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like, but I can do all this stuff from right here. And it's like, yeah, so could anybody else. And the manufacturer's holding the phone is like, I could do it right now. Shut everything off, break the phone. Now you've got... What are you going to do now?
Manually go to all the sites?
Yeah.
Like physically go to every site?
Well, I'm trying to see how I can pivot off of this, and I'm not sure how.
College Football 25 came out.
Oh, man. I am so far behind on consoles. I think I have the last college football for the 360, right?
As what? NCAA, like, 14, 15?
Let's see. Yep, NCAA 14. Yep, I have that. I have that on the 360.
Yeah, I think I have it in the basement.
Yep. My favorite little tidbit, because they tried to, increase the atmosphere. My favorite little tidbit I've seen on this so far is the U of M games during the quarter breaks, they will display a Slippery Rock football score on the big screen.
They will display a what?
Slippery Rock. I'm
not familiar with this.
You've never been to a U of M football game where they haven't announced the score of the Slippery Rock football team?
I mean, I had season tickets for 3 years.
When did U of M start that?
I might have seen it and just not noticed.
1959, Michigan Stadium public address announcer Steve Philippak laid the groundwork for years to come when he started to include Slippery Rock in his list of out-of-town scores.
Interesting.
For more than 60 years, U of M supporters have eagerly anticipated Slippery Rock University scores each week.
Huh.
So there was in the College Football 25, the big board showed a Slippery Rock score between the quarters, and I'm like, ooh, that's a deep cut.
Apparently that's a deep cut, because I didn't know it, and I've been to Michigan games.
So that was one of my things, was the fact that they put a Slippery Rock reference into the U of M football stadium.
I like that. I haven't gotten the game yet, although I'm planning on getting it. Apparently, when you do like the career path, your player gets wear and tear.
Oh.
And like the more wear and tear you have, the harder it is to come back from it. But it's also a cumulative thing. Like the more wear and tear you've had, the longer it takes to come back from new wear and tear.
Well, that should be interesting.
If I order it now, when will it be here? College Football 25 for the PS5. Free delivery by Tuesday. Like, I could go online and probably just buy it.
Sweet. If I wanted an Xbox with a disk drive, I would have to get a Series X, wouldn't I?
Yes. I mean, if you're buying a console specifically for College Football 25, A, make your decision of, like, do you want an Xbox or do you want a PlayStation? And B, rethink it, because you're not buying a $70 game then, you're buying a, like, $600 game.
Yeah. And do I have time to play that game? The answer is no.
Not without cutting something else out.
Yep. Nope, and I've been getting more into Pokemon Go. Turns out
you could cut out Pokemon Go, you could cut out playing Pokemon Yellow.
God, I haven't even gotten back into Pokemon Yellow. I'm still just wandering around this giant shopping mall.
I'm pretty sure the place you need to go is not in the shopping mall.
I know, but that was the last thing I left off there, because it expanded too wide too fast.
You got dumped into the openish world and you're like, yes. I don't know where to go.
Yep.
You just gotta bear with it and just talk to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we talked about College Football 25. We can pivot talking about video games.
Okay.
Unless you want to talk more about Pokemon Yellow or Pokemon Go.
No.
Have you gotten Mousehold yet? Or
no.
Tandamouse?
No.
Okay, they're cute.
I just got what did I just pick up?
Quests.
I just picked up a Clink.
A Clink?
And it turns out 3 of us cannot do there was a raid going, an Arcturno raid? Articuno. We had because Fridays in Kalamazoo during the summer they have a food truck rally. And so I was done with programming the radio in that bulldozer, and I had to stop by our storage unit in Kalamazoo, and I was like, hey, Kate, let's go out for lunch. So I have my work phone, which has Isaac's account on it, my phone, which has my account, and Kate had her account, and the 3 of us tried to do the Articuno raid, and it did not go well.
No, 3 people, that's hard.
Yeah. We got, by the time the time ran out, we got it down to about 20-ish%. But that was multiple full team wipes from all of us.
Yep.
And part of my head was,
what level are you now?
34.
Okay, yeah.
Isaac is 32. I think Kate's at 36.
Yeah. You're not going to 3-man it unless you're all at least level 40. And even then, I think you need, like, the weather boost, party boost, and good counters.
Oh, Kate's 38. Almost 39.
Ooh. Were you in a party?
Yes.
Okay, so you had the party boost.
Yes, we had the party boost.
You had the best friend boost.
Yep.
Weather?
It was sunny.
I don't think that's the one you want.
No.
I also want partly cloudy.
I also realized with now that I could have Isaac's got he's got a high level Beedrill that he can mega evolve, and I forgot to do that before the fight.
Well, so the problem with that is that Beedrill is a flying bug.
And Arcturno is a flying dragon.
Sorry, is a poison bug. Beedrill isn't flying. It's a poison bug. Articuno is a flying ice. Ice is effective against flying, so it doesn't matter because it's not a flying type. But bird, flying, is great against bug.
Bug, yep.
So if it depends on the moveset, but like, is bug weak to ice? Bug might be weak to ice, too.
You're saying things, and I'm just going to agree with you.
Ice is... No, bug is weak to fire, flying, and rock.
Okay. Ice is weak to fighting, fire, rock, and steel. Flying is weak to electric, ice, and rock. So against Articuno, what you really want to Mega Evolve is a Tyranitar.
Which I do not have.
Oh.
I don't think I have. I don't know. I've got frickin' 1,100 Pokemon. My Pokédex is just a mess, is what it is.
It takes a lot to flesh it out. Yeah, you want a Tyranitar. You definitely want a Tyranitar. You want a Mega Evolved Tyranitar.
I will take your word for that. Isaac's like, do you have this Pokemon? And I'm just like, I don't know.
Which one is that? Let's see if I look at combat power.
I actually just picked up, I know this is not a topic or anything, but I picked up Pokemon headbands for Manistee.
Cool.
Did you ever play the headbands game or no?
Nope.
You have a Pokemon that you put on a headband in front of you so everybody else can see what Pokemon it is, but you can't.
Okay. It's just heads up.
Yes, it's heads up, but Pokemon version.
Okay.
So
Fun.
I thought we would do that for Manistee because you guys probably would actually be able to.
I might be able to.
There's only 60 Pokemon in the pile.
Everyone else needs to give you clues about what it is?
Yes.
So be like, it's flying ice from Gen 1. It's a legendary. Then you would say, oh, it's Articuno.
Yeah.
Do you know the naming trick between the 3 legendary birds from Gen 1, right?
No.
So there's Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres.
Yeah, ice, electric, and fire, right?
Right. And they are in that order in the Pokedex. Because it is Uno, Dos, and Tres.
Whoa. Oh, jeez.
You okay there, Andy?
No, sometimes, because we've been going through this, Isaac's got this book. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's basically just an alphabetical order of first 8 gens of the Pokemon. Doesn't have any Gen 9 in there.
Okay.
Because it came out before Gen 9 did.
Yeah.
But looking at some of the naming and actually like looking at the pronunciations and sort of stuff there, it's like, oh, I get what they're doing with this one. I get this naming structure. And then this one, I get where they're coming. It's very helpful to understand their little tricks and Easter eggs that they're doing with all these names.
Yep. How about Dino? You know that one, right?
No.
So there's Dino. It's the little like dinosaur with the bangs, and then he evolves into Xylos, which has 2 heads, and that evolves into Hydreigon, which has 3 heads.
Oh, Hydra.
Nope.
No?
Well, yes, but also Ein, Zwei, Drei.
Oh. I get it now.
Yep. You know Ekans and Arbok?
You're saying names, and I will agree that they are Pokemon names, but I don't know anything about them.
Ekans is a Gen 1 poison normal, I think? It's a snake. You know how you can know it's a snake? Spell Ekans backwards.
It spells snake.
And Arbok.
Cobra backwards. Oh. Oh, yeah. All right.
So, Bethesda just made video game news.
What'd they do? Make another...
Unionized.
Oh, well, that's good.
Right? Like, just out of nowhere, they joined the Communications Workers Union.
Wall to wall, so artists, engineers, programmers, and designers across 3 offices.
It's the first union at Microsoft.
Well, okay then. Well, that's good. CWA says that Microsoft has already recognized the union.
Yay!
Rock on. The FTC is annoyed at Microsoft.
What did Microsoft do?
Well, that whole Game Pass price increase.
They increased the price of Game Pass?
Yes. Did we not talk about that last week?
I don't think so.
Oh, Yeah, no, Xbox Game Pass is getting some new tiers, and Xbox Game Pass for console will not be allowed for new users. Nobody could sign up for that anymore.
Okay.
There's going to be an Xbox Game Pass Standard, which includes Xbox back catalog, but doesn't include day one games. It will be priced at $15 per month, and that also includes Xbox Live Gold for multiplayer. It doesn't include Xbox Cloud Gaming.
So I should cancel my Game Pass.
Well, they're changing that. And then Microsoft will only allow existing users to stack Xbox Game Pass for console for up to 13 months using prepaid cards. If you cancel out of your Xbox Game Pass for console, you lose your entitlement to day one games permanently, and you will need to subscribe to the new Game Pass Ultimate to get it back. Well, no, okay.
Is
Game Pass
a month?
New price will be $20 a month.
Hmm.
PC Game Pass is also getting a price increase from $10 to $12 a month, and the Xbox Game Pass Core, which is the multiplayer, gets an annual price increase up to $75 for the year. So Microsoft did announce last week a whole big change to Game Pass, which basically, higher prices, less stuff. And the FTC filed, because they're still appealing the Xbox merger.
Mm-hmm.
The FTC filed with that, and basically, in their filing for appeal, stated like, look, we said they were going to do this exact sort of consumer harm from the merger. And what did they do? They did this.
Yeah. What did they promise to do? Not this.
Yes. So the $11 a month console Game Pass going away, getting replaced by the $15 Game Pass Standard, which does not include day one access to first party titles.
Yep.
They were like, this is not good. And then Microsoft came back from that and said, oh, but you get multiplayer, which that's that it sounds a little kind of hollow.
You used to get multiplayer for free.
Yep.
I mean, sort of. Not on Microsoft. You always had to pay for Xbox Live to do it.
Yeah.
But, even so, guys, this is... Come on. Come on.
Microsoft argues that the new cheapest console Game Pass tier is actually a better deal for consumers despite the $3 per month price hike, because it also unlocks online multiplayer functionality now, instead of paying it, opposed to $10 a month on Xbox.
Excuse me while I go cancel my Game Pass. I'll just buy Palworld. That's fine. I have to remember my login for this. Oh, I love this. You go to the Game Pass website. It's join for $1. Get your first 14 days for $1, then $12 a month. Oh, okay. PC is apparently still new games on day one, unless this is no longer...
No, the PC one, if I remember correctly, because they had posted a thing on the actual Xbox website for all the updates. Yeah, there's a Microsoft support page for this now.
Damn Microsoft.
Yep. But yes, no, it was FTC said, oh, they're going to increase prices, lower quality. Microsoft says, no, we're not. Then increases prices and decreases quality. And the FTC says, see here?
Look, they're doing the thing. They didn't even wait.
They're doing the thing.
We told you that they would do.
Yep. The FCC actually voted unanimously on something.
What?
I know.
That's not a thing.
They voted 5-0 for the notice of proposed rulemaking about unlocking phones from the carriers.
That the carriers have to provide a way to unlock?
Yes. They're proposing a uniform 60-day unlocking policy. Because recently, T-Mobile took I think it was Metro. They took Metro by T-Mobile from the locked period for Metro was originally 180 days. and they bumped that up to 365 days. And the FCC was like, wait a second, that's...
You're locking them in for a year. That's not cool.
So they've started the process. They're looking for public comments now. But yeah, a draft of the notice of proposed rulemaking says the FCC proposes to require all mobile wireless service providers to unlock handsets 60 days after a consumer's handset is activated with the provider, unless within the 60-day period the service provider determines the handset was purchased through fraud. So that's the basic draft of it. There's a lot of questions like, okay, what about, people who are paying off on a monthly installment plan, that sort of thing. But the FCC voted 5-0 to start the ball rolling on this, which turned a lot of heads. Because this FCC does not vote 5-0 on
anything.
Pretty much, yeah.
I wonder how many 5-0 things they've voted on.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
But also, speaking of the phones and regulators, all versions of the Pixel 9 have been leaked due to the Taiwanese government.
Oops. And Google is pissed.
Well, they're kind of, now that, all the sizes, let's see, the sizes, RAM and battery size have been all leaked due to the Taiwanese government needing to basically, they've been sized, measured, rated for battery life and charging speed. And some of them have been disassembled for a look inside. So the Taiwanese government basically just said, this is exactly what the Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro and the Pixel 9 Pro XL and the Pixel Fold are all going to look like. They're all their, decent specs. So Google kind of basically just started leaning into it by...
cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, they pretty much said, yes, no, this is what's going to be. They haven't officially announced it because that's next month.
Yep.
But yeah, no, they kind of recognize that, the cat's out of the bag for the surprise on these guys.
Oops.
But still, that would be super annoying where it's like, okay, we need to get these things, authorized and signed off by all the different communication commissions. So we'll have, you have to send it to them. You can't say, no, I'm not going to give you this phone. And you send it to them, and then all of a sudden your phone shows up in high definition glory on the internet almost a month before you're actually announcing it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Poor Google.
Oh, poor Google. Speaking of leaked stuff, so during an antitrust lawsuit against Steam, there were some redacted documents in there, but turns out some of them weren't
redacted properly.
Yes. So people now know that there's approximately 350 employees at Valve.
Those 350 people have to be making a lot of money.
Well, yeah, no, Microsoft, let's see. Valve's annual revenue was right around $6.5 billion in 2021. So, yeah, it's their revenue, $6.5 billion, 350 employees, and they even have them, broken down as admin, games, hardware, and Steam.
Steam has to be far and away, way more than all of the others combined.
No, there are 35 admin.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant revenue.
Oh, probably, yeah. But there's only 79 Steam employees at Valve.
Wow. How? I mean, I remember wanting to apply there, and it sounds like I would not have gotten the job. That's crazy.
Yep.
It's such a tiny group.
Yep. Let's see. Total spending on gross pay for all employees was under $450 million in 2021. So the gross pay per employee was $1.32 million per employee.
Well, that's assuming everyone had an equal share.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the case.
No.
Gabe Newell is not pulling in $1 million.
Okay, mean admin department pay as percentage of mean pay in other departments Wow, this antitrust lawsuit. Oh, how did they get all these numbers?
I presume Valve had to give them up.
And nobody... Wow. Let's see.
Valve gross payroll, percentage of total. Yeah, so admin is getting 36% of the payroll.
Yeah, averaging 4.5 million in gross pay per employee.
Despite being 10% of the employees.
4.5 million in gross pay per employee for the admin department. Okay.
Yep.
So even though the Valve new employee handbook says that we don't have any management, there are people getting paid like managers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the admin team.
Yeah.
That's like the CFO, the CEO, your PR person. So let's see, Steam is 17% of the pay and 24% of the team. Hardware is just getting shit on. Hardware is 12% of the company and they get 4% of the pay.
Yep. Only $500,000 per year in 2021. So yeah, so this is a very surprising look inside.
Yep.
350 people total, and Valve and Steam is PC gaming pretty much, right? Yes, you have Epic, you have good old
Microsoft
games.
Games Pass.
Yep. So few do so many. Well, anything else on this list piquing your interest or no?
Hey, God. Sorry, I couldn't get to the window to click the mute in time. Anything else on this list? Artemis, GPT-4o.
4o Mini, which is actually going to replace 3.5 on the public side.
It's 4o Mini.
Yes, everybody's going to get 4o Mini now instead of 3.5.
Cool. 4o is insanely good.
Yes, this one is not, it's 128,000 tokens of input context, costing 60% less than GPT 3.5 Turbo. It also has a new technique called instruction hierarchy, which kind of tries to block all of the prompt injection attacks or jailbreaks or, prompt extractions to try and, not get people to break it. But we'll find out once it goes fully live.
Well, Mark Rusinovich just tweeted 10 hours ago that GPT-4o Mini is vulnerable to the skeleton key jailbreak.
Oh, well, that answers that question.
Yeah. No, I think we're good.
Okay. Well, should I do my random review?
Sure.
So, Isaac's got a nightlight in his room, and it started to not work. So I had pulled it out, and I plugged it into another outlet, and it started working again. And I was like, oh, okay, there might be a problem with the outlet. And I could not find my outlet tester. So I have one of the old school outlet testers that just has those little 3 lights on there, which, you can plug it in and it will tell you if you got the correct wiring or, your hot and neutral are reversed or your hot and ground are reversed or your hot's open or your neutral's open or your ground is open. I couldn't figure out where that was. So I went online to Amazon and to Lowe's and to Home Depot, and I saw that the price for these things was like $15 to $20. And then I saw this other one here on Amazon that was $16 with a 10% coupon.
Okay.
And I was like, well, this is interesting because it is the outlet tester. It still gives me the hot, neutral, and ground, if that's okay or if that's reversed or anything like that. But it will also measure the voltage of the outlet, and it will also measure if there's any like ripple or anything else like that.
Like in the current?
Yes.
Interesting.
And this one's also got a GFCI tester built into it. So it will actually measure how long your outlet's GFCI will take before it actually trips and at what millivolt or milliamp level it goes before it trips. and this was $16. And I was like, well, shoot, I could get the old one again, or I could actually get something that could tell me a whole lot more for the same price. So I went with that, and I plugged it into Isaac's outlet. Everything said normal. It still said 117 volts. Everything was spot on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, so it's probably an issue with the nightlight and not the outlet itself. Because I thought, okay, maybe because we unplug and plug in his nightlight every single day. So I thought, okay,
an off switch.
No, it's a photovoltaic one, and just where we have it plugged in his room, it's not, the lights on it are not enough to trip it.
Okay.
So I kept on unplugging it, but now I'm just going to leave it plugged in because it makes life easier. But this thing, it's got batteries on it too. So when I plug it in, it will read whatever's going on the outlet, and then after 3 seconds, lock it in. And then I can actually unplug it from the outlet in case I've got an outlet in an odd location that I can't really read. I can pull this out and actually read what it says on the screen, even though it's not actually in the outlet. So I thought that was super nice. It is kind of bulky though. Like it's probably 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches square, and the plug is like right into the back of it. So if I have something plugged into a standard 2-outlet thing,
you're not going to be able to plug it in.
No, so I've got a little pigtail that I was using.
So you need like a 1-foot extension cord.
Yes, or 6 inches, which they sell those at Lowe's and Home Depot. I've got actually some of those working on our garage door because that thing's a whole mess. But there's a short 6-inch extension cord on that one. So I've got that on there. So it's a nice little box. It will, it tells me everything that the old one does plus more, and it was the same price. Part of me wonders if I really wanted to. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I would want to do this, but technically I could if I wanted to figure out what circuit breaker is attached to an outlet. If it doesn't have a GFCI, I should be able to plug this into an outlet, trip the GFCI on there, and it would pop the circuit breaker in the basement, right?
Maybe.
I think in theory it should be able to do that, right?
In theory.
So in theory, this also could be a good circuit breaker to
tester for which the fuse box is it.
Yep.
Give that a shot. Tell me how it goes.
I'll do that when I'm not, I know there are a couple of outlets in here that don't have a lot on them. I'll try it on one of those.
Okay.
And make sure I unplug everything else on But yeah, no, it's also, the screen is color coded. So if you plug it in and it's green, that means everything is normal. And if it's orange, that means something is off, which was nice. Because it was a quick plug in going, oh, everything is green. Green is good. So yes, this is a regular, just 120 plug. So, don't use it to test a 240 outlet.
Don't take it international.
No, they have international versions of this. So you could, if you really wanted to, get the European version or one that has RCD. What the heck is RCD instead of GFCI? What is RCD? Yeah, I'm doing that same thing.
Residual current device.
That does not tell me anything. Okay.
Looks like it's the same thing as GFCI.
Yes, an RCD stops the current within 25 to 40 milliseconds before electrical shock can occur. By contrast, conventional circuit breakers break only when the current in the circuit is excessive, which can be thousands times the leakage current an RCD responds to. Okay.
So it's a more sensitive.
Yes, it's a more sensitive circuit breaker.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's my review. It's a handy little box.
Neat.
So, yeah, if you're wondering about outlets, this would probably be good if you've got inverters, like a DC to AC inverter. You could plug this in and actually see what kind of voltage you're getting out of
outputting.
Yeah, what your inverter's outputting, and then also see if it's, if you're getting some sort of DC bias in there, or, how much ripple is going on in your signal. But I don't have any inverters right now, so I can't really test it. But in theory, that's another thing you could check it with. So
yeah,
there you go, my outlet tester. So, random topic. Rolled ahead of time. I have to pull up the list. Where's the list? I'm in the wrong tabs. Here's the tabs with the list. There we go. Something you wished you never said. Hey, Dave, I got a great idea for a podcast.
You know, here's the thing. That same joke came to my mind. I was going to say, like, the thing was like, yes, Andy, we should do a podcast. Andy, do we need to have a conversation if that's the thing that came up for both of us?
We've been doing this for over 800 episodes. Well, minus the random topic recaps.
Yeah, about 800 episodes. Though.
About 800 episodes.
For a long time. 17 years. I mean, so as I was pondering the random topic, my answer, my cheeky answer is just no. There are several times in my life that I can think of where I said no, and I really wish I hadn't.
No, I can think of some of those as well.
Now, the other read of this is that you had never said, so it's not a specific is there a thing you've said that, like, you can't say no because it means you could never have said no, right? Like, that's a weird side interpretation of this, but if you're looking for, like, the monkey's paw...
Wow, well, that's an obscure reference.
Monkey's paw?
I feel like a monkey's paw would be an obscure reference now.
That is so not... It's a common term! There's no way that would be considered an obscure reference. Andy, it was on The Simpsons!
I know. God,
everyone knows what the monkey's paw is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of now the last time I actually watched a Simpsons episode. I think it was the Halloween special where Daniel Radcliffe was on. I think that was the last time I watched a Simpsons episode.
I catch them on YouTube Shorts every so often.
Something you wished you had never said. Yeah, I think about that, though, and the question, though, then becomes, okay, if I had said something differently, how different, it's the butterfly effect,
Right, like, if you hadn't said it, then who knows what you'd be doing now.
Yep. So I don't know. We don't know what lies in the hearts of men. I'm just going to start throwing random obscure references, just willy-nilly, like I have been for, the last... 800 episodes.
Yeah, like, what, are you trying to threaten me, or...
Don't threaten me with a good time, sir. I don't know if that one, we were the cough, really. I feel like that was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with my original, like, the word no. Not in the monkey's paw version. In the monkey's paw version, I don't know. I'm some weird thing that I probably wish I had never said. I'd have to, like, lawyer it up and try and figure out some phrase that, like, I would say before I would say the phrase, so that I could say, like, that phrase, I wish I had never said that. But then I'd get caught in, like, an endless loop, because that's the phrase that I said to break out of the monkey's paw, but I'd never said that, so then I'm stuck in the monkey's paw.
I don't know.
So yeah, the non-monkey's paw answer, there is at least one situation that, like, very clearly I said no, and I regret it.
Well, I think on that's a wrap.
This has been another episode of the Random Access Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, suggestions, remarks, reviews, rebukes, retorts, or just rants, feel free to contact us. You can find us on Twitter at RAPodcast, or send us an email at mail@rapodcast.net. Thank you for listening.